playing the game he loved and sacrificing his talents for the greater good. Tonight, the Astros and A's proudly wear number 42 and take the field unified in gratitude. It's an AL West clash on Jackie Robinson Day next. Live from Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas, Root Sports brings you Houston Astros baseball. Tonight it's Game 3 of this three-game set between the first-place Oakland A's and the Houston Astros. Good evening, everybody. It's a glorious night. Bill Brown, Alan Ashby, Julia Morales on Jackie Robinson Day. In a few minutes, the Astros will play the A's, but let's turn back the clock to 1947 when Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball, Ash.
You know, Jackie Robinson was heard to say, a life is not important except in the impact it has on other lives. And I would think, Brownie, with that in mind, Jackie Robinson became one of the most important people of his era.
So each year on April 15th, we celebrate that achievement, which really changed the face of Major League Baseball as a social institution and set a tone not only for baseball, but for the rest of the entire nation. Coming up, paying respect. The meaning of Jackie Robinson's sacrifice hasn't diminished over the years. Julia Morales talked with the Astros about the impact of Jackie on contemporary players and the game itself when we return.
There you see it, number 42. Baseball would not be the same sport that it is today without Jackie Robinson. That's left-hander Dallas Keuchel, what he said in the clubhouse today. It was April 15, 1947, when Jackie Robinson took his position at first base, becoming the first African-American to break the color barrier. Players more than willing to talk about what it meant to them to wear the number 42 today, something they all look forward to every year, and they're pleased with what Major League Baseball does in order to pay tribute to Robinson. Jose Altuve, whose native country is Venezuela, also thrilled thrilled. He's thankful for what Jackie Robinson did, but also admired the way Jackie played the game. Here's Tony Sipp and Hank Conger, their thoughts on wearing 42.
I mean, it means a lot. Seeing how much Jackie sacrificed and the way he carried himself, it's definitely paved the way.
Just really a respect and recognition of Jackie Robinson and what he's done just for the culture of baseball and what he paved the way for a lot of guys. And, in baseball, it's a national holiday. And just to really respect him is truly an honor.
It's incredible to think of the clubhouse and how diverse it is these days. It's one of those special days throughout the year. Baseball meaning much more, and interesting to see how it reaches people all over the world as well. Very special day here. Don't go anywhere. First pitch is coming up. Colin McHugh is going to be proudly wearing the number 42 on the mound as he tries to keep his personal momentum going and slide past the A's. What key pitch has he been baffling hitters with recently? We are going to find out after the break. That one, 6 innings, 1 run against the Astros, against the Rangers, and through 85 pitches. He's hoping to go a little bit deeper into the game tonight. He was dealing with a little bit of finger tenderness is what they called it that night, but had a little baby blister, was taken care of. He's all good for tonight. But one thing he did do against the Rangers where he was successful was throw that slider. It's looked really good for him. I've learned from talking to Colin that the slider is actually a cutter. That's the term he likes to use. But in this instance, it's the slider, throwing it 39% of the time in 2013. Look at 2014, jumping up all the way to 55%. And in that last start, we saw it a lot. A lot of lefties in this lineup for the A's tonight. I'm sure we'll see it again. Brownie Nash, up to you.
He has been dynamic, Julia, and on this 8-game winning streak right now, trying to make it the longest streak by an Astros since Roy Oswalt won 9 straight at the end of 06 and the beginning of 07, actually.
Some great numbers last year. You can talk about it over and over, but among rookies in the major leagues last year, 2.73 ERA tops, 2.08 batting average against tops, and second in strikeouts per 9 innings. Just outstanding stuff from a guy who had kind of kicked around, and really there wasn't much said about when he came up to make his debut start against Seattle early in the season.
Here's the lineup for the Oakland A's, the first place club in the AL West at 5-4. Their leadoff man is center fielder Sam Fuld, with Mark Canha in left field, Josh Reddick in right, Billy Butler the DH, Ike Davis at first base, Stephen Vogt the catcher, Brett Laurie at third, Eric Sogard at second base, Marcus Semien the shortstop. Their pitcher will be lefty Drew Pomeranz. Everybody wearing the number 42 to honor Jackie Robinson tonight. Sam Fuld gets it started, and he has been in an extra base hitting frenzy with 6 extra base hits. There's strike one on the inside corner. Fuld has put together a 3-game hitting streak. He begins the night at 375. 3 runs batted in at a 429 on base average for the 33-year-old veteran, who's 3 for 8 in this series. That one cuts in on him, and it makes the count 1-1 for Colin McHugh. Colin won his only start of his career against Oakland last season, here 5-1 in late April, with an excellent game, 8 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes, and he is facing the hardest hitting team in the American League right now. The A's have scored 55 runs. That's best in the AL. They lead in total bases, in doubles, in triples. 3rd in on base average, 3rd in slugging for Oakland. In the air over third base, headed for foul ground, and that drops as Robbie Grossman gives chase in left field, and Luis Valbuena from third base.
Defensively for the Astros tonight, the outfield left to right, Robbie Grossman gets the start. Jake Marisnick in center and George Springer in right field. On the left side of the infield, Luis Valbuena, Jed Lowry at shortstop. The right side, Jose Altuve and Chris Carter, and Jason Castro behind the plate.
Just a beautiful night here. Low humidity. Sam Fuld is down on strikes.
More information on Colin McHugh. Most recently defeated the Rangers. Not just 1 run over 6 solid innings in that ball game, and again 8 straight wins now since the All-Star break last year. He really got hot. Obviously, winning 7 straight to finish the season last year with that 2.07 ERA after the All-Star break would indicate how well he pitched.
Now the rookie Mark Canha comes in for strike 1. Tim Welke's calling the balls and strikes tonight. Canha at 333 with 1 homer, has 7 runs batted in. A very pleasant surprise for this Oakland club in his rookie season at age 26. Last night the Astros snapped his 6-game hitting streak. He is 2 for 8 with an RBI in this series. Colin McHugh 12-17 as a major league pitcher with a 4.11 ERA. That one comes in, and it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count.
Already getting a glimpse as to how much Colin McHugh is willing to use both sides of the plate. He's actually missed in a couple of times when the pitch was asked for away, but he's missed on the corner.
Time called on Mark Canha with Josh Reddick on deck. The A's have gone 28-12 against the Astros since the Astros joined the American League. And that's a curve and struck him out looking. That's that slow curve that can be so tantalizing, and when he breaks it out with 2 strikes in the count, it can be vicious.
Just right over the top. Your classic 12-6, bends it right down there above the knees, and that'll freeze you.
Josh Reddick comes up next against the 27-year-old McHugh from Covington, Georgia. 308 for Josh. He's driven in a couple. His season started late. He was on the DL. Ball 1 to Reddick. One of the really important players for Oakland this season. He is 2 for 8 with an RBI in this series. Excellent outfielder. Strong arm. That's in, and it's an even count at 1-1 on the 28-year-old Reddick, a 17th round pick of Boston in '06. His big year was 2012, 32 homers, 85 runs batted in, and a Gold Glove. Infield is shifted around. He fouls it, and it's 1-2. Here's the way the Astros are arranged for Reddick. Oakland won the opener 8-1 Monday night and took last night's game 4-0. One of 4 shutouts the A's have pitched in their first 9 games. They are tops in the majors. Foul ball on the ground. In fact, it's the best mark for shutouts in the first 9 games of the season since 1910. So even though they haven't maybe needed that many runs to score, they have scored 55 in 9 games.
Now, they are not averaging the most runs scored per game, but with the 9 games played, which is the most in the league, they are atop the heap.
Foul ball, 1-2.
It's just amazing when you talk pitching, Brownie. No John Lester, no Jeff Samardzija, and yet the A's just bring another version of their pitching staff, and they pitch the same way.
It's a familiar theme for them. They just reload from year to year with different players, and this is quite a different roster. In fact, only 3 players on the current roster were with Oakland prior to 2013. A strikeout gives McHugh 3 in the first inning. What a brilliant first for Colin. Now the ball goes to Drew Pomeranz for the Astros first right after this. This starting lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Jose Altuve, the person. Jose Altuve, the movies, coming out tomorrow. Altuve at second base. George Springer in right field. Jed Lowry at shortstop. Kevin Gaddis, the DH. Chris Carter at first. Luis Valbuena at third. Robbie Grossman in left field. Jason Castro, the catcher. Jake Marisnick in center field.
On the mound, it's 26-year-old left-hander Drew Pomeranz. He will work from the stretch the entire evening. On Friday, he defeated the Mariners and did not allow a run in that one. 7 innings of quality work. So part of that staff for the Oakland A's that's been pitching so well.
Jose Altuve on a 5-game hitting streak has brought his average to 257. 4 for 9 in this series with a homer. That one goes out of play. Strike one. He said he doesn't feel that he's quite there yet with his swing, but he doesn't feel that he's that far off.
Well, if you can be scuffling along hitting 257, you're in a pretty good position. We know what Altuve can do when he gets hot.
He beat out an infield hit last night. That's out to left center field. That's a good solid swing, and he gets an extra base result. Altuve is racing into second, and he will take the turn, and the throw comes in. So he'll stop at second base with a leadoff double, his first 2-base hit of the season. 6-game hitting streak for Altuve.
Yeah, that was in there all the way, splitting the gap perfectly. And maybe just that little step forward, getting ready to get hot. Of course, you keep in mind he hit well over 400 last year against left-hand pitching. So he's in a comfy zone here against the young left-hander. Nice job by the Oakland A's, who are well schooled in fundamentals, getting that ball back in quickly to the cutoff man.
Good point. George Springer bats. There's ball one, because Altuve was ready to capitalize on the least little mistake involving handling the baseball there after his first double of the season. Springer's at 133. He's driven in 1.
By the way, for Pomerantz, who wants his catcher to come out for just a moment, it's not his first outing against these Houston Astros. He's made 3 previous appearances, 2 starts, and the Astros have had some success against him, scoring 7 runs in 9 1/3 innings.
You mentioned what he did last time against Seattle. Extremely impressive. He was a first-round pick by Cleveland in 2010, the 5th player drafted. Springer is at 1-1 in the count. Pomerantz then was traded to Colorado in August of 2011, along with Alex White, for Ubaldo Jimenez. Then Oakland got him in a trade after the 2013 season. He was 5-4 for the A's last year. Starter and reliever last year. Altuve takes off, big jump, and no throw to third. He steals it easily on strike 2 call to Springer.
By the time Stephen Vogt came up out of his crouch receiving this curveball, Altuve was already heading into the slide with the stolen base. Yeah, that's a pretty decent jump, and part of why he led the league in bags last year.
Springer looks at it. It's 2-2 now. Altuve's steal was his 3rd in as many tries, and he led the league, as you know, last year. That's a big base, getting to 3rd with nobody out in the inning. That's a strikeout, though, and Pomerantz keeps him at 3rd on out number 1. Springer 0 for 8 in this series.
Defensively for the A's tonight, Mark Hanna is in left field, Sam Fuld in center, and Josh Reddick in right. On the infield left side, Brett Laurie and Marcus Semien. And on the right side, Eric Sogard and Ike Davis. Stephen Vogt once again behind the plate.
Now Bob Melvin brings his infielders in tight for Jed Lowry, the former Abe. Evan Gattis on deck as Lowry tries for his 3rd RBI of the season. That pops in the strike zone for strike 1. Lowry 1 for 3 in this series. 240 for the season, 2 homers, 2 runs batted in. He has hit 2 home runs batting right-handed in the young season. Last night he had a single and he was hit by a pitch. Sat out the game Monday night. Fouls it back, and it's 0-2. The Astros are 14th in a 15-team American League in runs scored. 17 runs scored in 8 games. They have especially struggled with runners in scoring position this year. 104. In the air, foul, and out of play. So Lowry fighting for contact here. Didn't get the meaty part of the bat on that one, but nonetheless the count holds at 0-2 for Jed.
One of the comments we got on Pomerantz is when he brings that fastball in, especially on the right-hand hitters, it tends to be a pitch that guys don't get the barrel to.
We just saw it. Lowry takes, and it's a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jed, the Stanford man, trying to give the Astros the lead. They have had 48 at-bats prior to this game with runners in scoring position and have 5 hits. And the guys in the Astros clubhouse would tell you that's due to change, and they're ready for that to happen. They scored 2 runs or fewer in 6 of their 8 games. Chris Carter in the dugout. Lowry looks at it. Now he's back in the count at 2-2. Neither of those pitches on 0-2 or 1-2 close enough to tempt Jed.
Curveball. He tries to backdoor this curveball, but you can see it stays well away.
Pomerantz is from Collierville, Tennessee, University of Mississippi guy. That's high, and Jed Lowry has hit his 3rd home run of the season batting right-handed. That's a hit with a man in scoring position. 2-0 Houston. The Astros had gone 0 for their last 16 with men in scoring position. And then that stretched to 0 for 17 with George Springer's at bat, but Lowry connects. That's 3 homers, 4 runs batted in for Jed, and a 2-0 lead.
We talked about it, Brownie, but 1 home run all of last year from the right side of the plate for Jed Lowry. But as he told you, he considers the right side his stronger side in terms of the power game, and it's showing up early this year.
That's the 9th long ball for the Astros this year. This is game number 9. Evan Gattis follows. Gattis takes ball 1.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pitch to handle. Although it is the pitch we talked about that a lot of right-hand hitters just are not getting to.
He got the bat head out very well on that. And he really battled in that at bat. He was behind 0-2 in the count. Took a couple of pitches. Fouled one off. Got a pitch he could drive. 0-71 for Gattis. That's out into center field. Sam Fuld with the catch. 2 down.
The at-bats for Evan Gattis are clearly getting better. He's hit some balls sharply for outs. And now you just keep taking that hack and hope the results start to fall in your direction.
Gattis snapped an 0 for 23 to start the season, but hopes for better results now, and Chris Carter does too. Carter begins the night at 0-77. No homers, no runs batted in, so Gattis and Carter both below 100 on their batting averages as this game starts. Strike to Carter. Carter's 1 for 4 against Pomerantz. The Lowry homer was a 408-footer. Gorgeous night out there. 0-2. Pomerantz was the SEC Pitcher of the Year at the University of Mississippi in 2010. 9-2 with a 2.24 ERA, and he set a career strikeout record at that school. His father Mike led her there. Roller to first. That's backhanded by Ike Davis, and the broken bat is out number 3. Double Altuve. He stole third. Lowry drove him in with a 2-run homer. 2-0 Houston.
inning, he struck out the side. Hanging curveball got Sam pulled, and then he goes to a serious bender at the knees for the strikeout, looking Canna, and then drops the hammer under the knees to strike out Josh Reddick. 1-2-3 for Colin McHugh.
And now he goes to the hill for the second time in this game, this time with a 2-0 lead facing Billy Butler. Butler has opened the season on a 9-game hitting streak. 371 is his average, including a homer. He's driven in 6 runs. Butler's 2 for 8 with a homer, 4 runs driven in this series. At strike one, Mike Trout has tied Butler by hitting in his first 9 games of the season. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim beat Texas today, decisively in Texas, before heading for Houston. That's a strike. 10-2 the final. Trout had a big game. No balls, 2 strikes.
3 for 4 for the reigning MVP.
Well, Butler's 9-game hitting streak is the longest by anybody in his first 9 games with the A's since Alfredo Griffin in '85. 1-2. During Butler's 9-game hitting streak, he has 13 hits and 34 at-bats. Ground ball up the middle, and that is past a diving Lowry into center field. 10-game streak for Butler.
Simple ground ball, but finding the hole, always key for good hitters. Why do good hitters find holes? I've never been quite sure about that.
How does that work?
I don't know, but it worked to the extent that Jed Lowry simply could not get to it.
Now the infield overshifts for Ike Davis. 28-year-old first baseman is 2 for 7 with an RBI in this series. Davis at 308 has driven in 5 runs. Jake Marisnick, though, will come back the other way and be a few steps on the third base side of second in center field. And it's ball 1 to Davis. What a big surprise Colin McHugh was last year. He had been 0-8 in his major league career. Last year he went 11-9 with a 2.73 ERA. 1 ball, 1 strike. Made some changes in his pitch selection, and he got a chance, and he worked 154 innings last year. Second lowest ERA by a Houston rookie in the club's history.
Does a variety of things with the baseball. That last fastball, little tiny cutter. He'll run fastballs away on the hitters.
Broken bat looper. Marisnick will not be able to make that catch. As he approached it, it looked as if he was weighing his options of diving for the ball or laying back. It's a single for Davis.
Yeah, you can really see that with Marisnick. That terrific jump, and boy, with that jump and his speed and athletic ability, he goes after plays a lot of guys don't try to make. Little bummer finding center field, but you can see Marisnick on the move, and he was already in that pre-dive lean.
Now 2 men on, nobody out for Stephen Vogt. Vogt has put together a 7-game hitting streak. The shift remains on for him. He looks at strike 1. Vogt has 2 hits and an RBI in this series. He's one of those high on-base average players. 433 his current on-base average. Vogt, one of the players, and there are several on this Oakland club who have been given multiple chances in their careers to play with different organizations. He was drafted by Tampa Bay. Things didn't come together for him, though, until he hit 279 last year for the A's. Bob Melvin has created a nice environment in that clubhouse, and many players have come to Oakland and enjoyed their best seasons. Foul tip makes it 0-2.
Right back to that tiny cut fastball. Only 86 miles an hour on this heater, but he throws it by the left-hand hitter. Some guys have a knack with that.
2 pitches, a ball. McHugh allowed a batting average last year with runners in scoring position of 153. This Oakland club, though, has been striking with some big innings this year. Good pickup there by Jason Castro on that pitch out of the dirt. And that makes the count full with nobody out. Tomorrow's an off day. The Astros return Friday night against the Angels in the first of a 3-game series. They'll leave town on a long road trip after the Sunday afternoon finale. That is on appeals, a strikeout. Gold retired, out number 1, strikeout number 4 for Colin McHugh.
Pitch up out of the strike zone, but throws that slider. Not a good one, but because it wasn't the fastball, Vogt gets the bat started, can't hold it back.
Last 2 seasons, what a turnaround. The whip, 1.02, admirable, Ash.
Beyond admirable, no doubt. And obviously, Colin is being counted on. So far, the returns would say he's going to factor in very well.
That was ball 1 to Brett Lawrie, who homered on Monday night. He's 1 for 7 in the series, 257 for the season. McHugh throwing the slider more last year, as you may have noticed, than he was prior to last season. That's in for a strike. That makes it 1-1. He has been a tremendous competitor with the Astros. He's sidelined by that blister problem last year. It was actually the skin on the middle finger, right, of the pitching hand, pulling away from the nail.
Yeah, and that's the finger that most comes into play on the breaking balls.
That's hit hard. That was a curveball. Lawrie was right on it. 1-2 the count.
Colin's not that guy that you look at and you say, wow, he was born to be a ball player or this or that. Might have been anything but born with the abilities, and he takes full advantage.
Was he in the strike zone on sliders last year? Highest percentage of strikes on that pitch in the majors. He gets a punch out, and that's 5 in this game.
Wouldn't call that the best of located sliders either. And for a second straight hitter, gets the strikeout nonetheless. Take a look at where this winds up. You'd love to throw that slider down and away, but this one stays up and toward the outside corner. Brett Lawrie with the big hack through it.
Eric Sogard is in the lineup for the first time in this series. He's at second base with a .250 average. He's driven in a couple. 28-year-old veteran from Phoenix who went to Arizona State. Altuve's moving to his right. There's strike 1. You know, we look at that percentage of strikes on his slider from last year. But a lot of that, isn't it, based on the illusion of that slider coming up there and breaking late, so it maybe doesn't look like a strike to the hitter, and he takes it.
A lot of times the illusion can also come from when you throw your slider, when it's least expected.
0-2 to Sogard.
So he gets ahead 0-1 right there. A lot of hitters, well, baseball players will say that is the pitcher's count, but he came with the fastball right there, so you're always trying to mix and leave hitters wondering.
And now Sogard is really behind the 8 ball at 0-2.
And of course, a lot of that is Jason Castro and the fine work he puts in along with Hank Conger and others.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Any pitcher would love to tell you he gets in a rhythm with a catcher where he stops thinking, because the catcher's been so successful in calling pitches that you just settle in, look at what he puts down, and you throw it because you believe in him.
McHugh was an 18th round pick of the Mets in 08, a waiver claim by the Astros. Foul back. Went to Berry College in Georgia. Not physically imposing. Scholarly type who writes a blog. Loves to read books.
I think he was born to blog.
He's good at it. Line into right field, a hit charged by Springer. Butler stopped at third base. Here's the throw into the plate. Butler would have been out. And with 2 outs, the third base coach likes to be able to send the runner in that circumstance, but Butler's just not fast enough to send. Bases loaded.
You've got the slow runner scenario. You've also got the strong arm and aggressiveness of George Springer. And that added up for Mike Gallego to say, now let's not take this chance here. Well, that was pretty hitting by Eric Sogard. You know, if you just don't run very well, you can do everything as well as you can do, and you're not going to get there.
Marcus Semien, as the base is loaded, taking ball 1. 286, 1 homer, 7 runs batted in for Semien. He is 2 for 8 in this series. He homered Monday night. The A's hit 3 long balls in that game, winning at 8-1 with 12 hits. Fouled away. A ball and a strike. Well, this would be a chance for the Astros to learn something from this series, because they will have a quick return engagement coming the 24th, 25th, and 26th of this month in Oakland. Runs it in on him, and it's 1-2 on the 25th pitch of the inning.
Where do you put your pitches? Again, Castro set up away, and that fastball finds the inside portion of the plate. Not exactly where Colin intended, but a good end result.
Grounded in the hole. Lowry to his right. Throws on the run. And to Carter. Safe at first. The run scores, and it's 2-1. On a close play, Semien will get the RBI single on the infield hit. His 8th run batted in.
That's close to the extent that A.J. Hinch has stepped out onto the field of play, and I'm wondering, as he glances back in the dugout, if the Astros may not take a shot at this one.
He decides to go back down the steps.
Yep. Yeah, and wisely so. I don't know what more Jed Lowry could have done on this play, but it wasn't enough.
Semien beat the throw. Butler scored. Bases loaded now for Sam Fuld, who struck out opening the game. Number 9 hitter comes through. Fuld looks at it, and it's strike 1 to Sam.
See if we get another peek at Jed Lowry and what he's faced with. In and to his right, and I think any shortstop would tell you with a speedy runner, that's one of the very tough plays. Lowry played it well.
Bouncer, and Lowry's right there for this one, stepping on the bag for the 6 unassisted force on Semien. 1 run, 4 hits, and it's 2-1 Astros in the second. low fare now at southwest.com. And by Mattress Firm. Save money, sleep happy. Number 42, worn by every player in the major leagues today and tonight. Honoring a terrific player, Jackie Robinson. Luis Valbuena leads it off in the home second inning. He's on a 4-game hitting streak, hitting .214. Red Laurie's in tight at third. Valbuena takes it, and it's ball one. Lefty on lefty. Left-handed hitters against Pomeranz were 0 for 7 in his debut this season against Seattle. Missing there. He falls behind. 2 balls, no strikes. Valbuena, a good man to have at the plate leading off an inning. He had a nice on-base average last year. He's 3 for 7 in this series. Was on 3 times last night with 2 hits and a walk. Check swing foul. 2-1. If the Astros get a win tonight, they will have the same record the Angels have, which would be 4-5. Texas is 4-6 after losing today. Fouled away, and it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Oh, the A's having those 2 pitchers we've been talking about the last couple of nights on the disabled list, coming back from Tommy John surgery. Jared Parker and A.J. Griffin. That gives Pomeranz a chance to settle into this rotation at least for a while. That's hit to first base. Ike Davis, 1 out.
At first glimpse, I would say Pomeranz has enough stuff to succeed. He's had a fastball up to 92, 93 tonight.
Well, he combined with Fernando Abad, R.J. Alvarez on a 3-hit shutout and beating Seattle 12-0 last Friday in Oakland. He got off to a whale of a start. He gave up a 1-out single in the 4th inning. That was it. And then a double play ball followed. Robbie Grossman takes strike 1. Robbie's 2 for 9. When he was at Cy-Fair High School, he batted only right-handed until his junior year. And then he converted to switch hitting, he said. And I asked him why. He said, well, I threw left, so I thought maybe I should hit left also.
Well, that's one of those very rare players that throws left, bats right. But that's kind of the guy we saw in 2013 when he came to the big leagues. Better from the right side of the plate. That flip-flopped last year.
1 and 2. His coach at Cy-Fair was Woody Champagne. And Robbie made the varsity as a freshman and hit over 400. Then his junior year, Cy-Fair won the state championship. Robbie was a pitcher until they needed a center fielder, and he converted to the outfield. That's a strikeout on a foul tip. Punch out number 2 for Pomeranz.
You see that curveball gets the strikeout down under the knees. Maybe a more aggressive version of Robbie. Guy who's had that tendency to get caught looking with a couple of strikes.
What a nice evening to sit out and enjoy a baseball game. Jason Castro with a 5-game hitting streak has a .300 batting average. Looking for his first RBI. He had a hit and a walk last night. That's strike 1, but in the 6th inning he came to the plate with 2 men on, 1 out, bounced into a double play. In the 8th inning he batted with 2 men on and 2 outs and hit a line drive to right field. Very well hit ball caught by Josh Reddick on the warning track. And that's kind of where the Astros are right now offensively. They don't get those hits when men are in scoring position, no matter who the player is. That has not been happening very often, and A.J. Hinch is well aware of those numbers. But still, with 8 games in the bank, not enough sample size to be totally concerned about it. And, you know, he's been getting a lot of questions from the media. A.J. has been asked, well, did you talk to so-and-so? We talk to all of our players every day. It's a constant dialogue about things positive and negative. So it's not as if somebody goes 0 for 8 or something and we have to sit down and have a discussion. That's not the way the dynamics work.
Well, that's a good thing about AJ. We all heard today that he's not going to go into the panic mode. And panic modes are never good for teams. Now, there may come a time right down the stretch where you feel like a message has to be pretty strong for the guys to respond. But I think early on, you want to have a little bit of calm and a resolve that we're going to get this thing worked out.
A very nice tone was set in that clubhouse in spring training in that regard. Ground ball third, and the defense is positioned perfectly for Laurie to throw out Castro. That's 5 in a row set down by Pomeranz after the Lowry homer made it 2-0. Now it's 2-1 Houston. Again, 50th anniversary of the Astrodome, and thousands of people went to the Astrodome last Thursday.
I heard 20,000 or so. I tried.
You were there?
I took a picture outside of it. It was fun.
Okay, and so did you mingle and meet your friends?
I did. We had some friends out there. There was such a long line. It was great to see that kind of response for the anniversary. You really like to see the city rally around the dome, and we're hoping we see that kind of exposure here with our fans on Friday and Saturday.
You've brought the dome to our booth.
I did. This is the 1965 version. You can see the coloring on the outside is a little bit different than you see today. This is an exact replica of what it looked like in 1965. We're really excited about this item. This is going to be given away on Saturday. It's presented by Coca-Cola. Lid comes off. You can pop it and see the colorful seats that the Astrodome is known for. There's even little foul poles in here, so it's really kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, we need to.
Is Billy Hatcher's ball attached to the left field foul pole there?
Yeah, it's shaking.
You know what? I think we might have missed that one, but I'll have to make sure we do that for the next one.
We're going to angle this one toward the camera as Mark Canha bats with strike one on him. Oh, yeah, the seats are red. This is, and the upper deck seats are yellow. Everything's accurate to scale, isn't it?
Very accurate. We definitely commissioned our resident historian, Mike Acosta, to make sure we got everything exactly to scale.
With a ticket from the game with the Yankees. $350, Christy.
Can you believe it?
1965.
So that'll be the giveaway on Saturday. And we start off the weekend on Friday night with this great Jimmy Wynn bobblehead. We'll be giving that away to represent the toy cannon.
That's a strikeout. That's number 6 for Colin McHugh. The toy cannon. You know, he did such a good job on the voiceover for our telecast opening day, and that brought back a lot of memories. And of course, he brought him back with those tape measure shots. Have you seen the upper deck home run he hit, that seat that they have from there?
I have seen it. It's incredible. So we're excited to be able to honor him with this bobblehead. You'll see this little backer card, and the photo on the bobblehead box will actually replicate what you're seeing right here. And basically, we've just popped out the Jimmy Wynn in the photo and made him the bobblehead to represent that photograph. So we're excited about that, and we'll have quite a few of these guys on hand with us this weekend. Original members of the 1965 team will be in town, enjoying a sweet reception on Friday night, and Saturday is really when all the fun happens.
So Friday night is the Jimmy Wynn bobblehead?
Yep, Friday night's Jimmy Wynn bobblehead. It will also be our first Friday night fireworks of the season, presented by Marathon Oil Corporation again this year, of course. So we're excited about that. We'll see what kind of antics Orbit is up to out of the gate this year, hoping we can stave off the rain. There's a 100% chance right now, so we need the anti-rain dance to make sure we can get that show off on Friday.
100%?
That's what our pyro team told me earlier, so we're going to start crossing our fingers. And then Saturday, though, like I said, is when all the fun happens. We're really turning the ballpark into a retro feel. The team will wear throwback uniforms, 1965 Shooting Star uniforms, which, as you guys know, are fan favorites. So it's always exciting to see those come on the field.
That'll be foul, Christy.
We'll outfit our grounds crew in some astronaut-looking costumes for the field drags and for pregame. We will have our shooting stars in some SpaceX uniforms from the 1965 era as well, encouraging staff to dress up in 60s apparel. We're really trying to make it a fully integrated experience. And it'll kick off with pregame. 5 to 5:30, we'll have an autograph session with 6 members of the original 1965 team.
Carter with a grounder. Do you know which 6 you're going to have?
I do. We've already talked about Jimmy Wynn. He will be on hand. Larry Durker, Danny Coombs, Ron Brand, Bob Bruce, and Bob Aspermonte.
Those are some big names from those days.
It's going to be a great night. We're actually going to replicate the first pitch of opening day in the Astrodome, inviting out some NASA astronauts to throw the pitch to these guys. We'll have 3 of them on hand for this, so we're excited for that as well. It's really going to be a great time paying tribute to that good club.
Billy Butler with strike 1. He singled and scored. Well, that's terrific.
So, Brownie, are we invited to dress in 60s garb there Friday night?
We do that anyway.
Well,
I'm not talking about underwear.
Oh, okay.
and I don't know if anyone's talked to you guys about it yet, but that would be actually fantastic, and I'm sure the fans at home would love to see that and really feel like they're a part of the ballpark experience too. So,
well, you know, we were thinking leisure suits, but that was more 70s, right?
You know, I said that was more 70s. You just need kind of the Mad Men hat and skinny tie look, right?
We can do that.
1960s. There we go.
Yeah. I want to see Ash in the Madman hat. Check swing.
What is that, like the Blues Brothers kind of thing?
Yeah.
Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
We could do the dancing thing.
Very nice.
I have to figure out how I'm going to get my hair that big and do the little underflip thing.
Yeah.
I think I've got some dresses in my closet that could work, but it's the hairdo I'm worried about.
We can find somebody who can work with you.
You and I just have to think high school days, Brownie.
Well, we can't remember that far back, actually.
I will be definitely trusting Google for my research.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, those were the days, weren't they? Everybody had to get to the Astrodome and see it for the first time.
With our memories, we'll be doing the same thing.
And I think it's going to be a great walk down memory lane. And like I said earlier, and you could see it on April 9th whenever 20,000 plus people showed up at the Astrodome itself to just have the chance, and some waiting in line 3 and 4 hours to just go in for a number of seconds and really relive their childhood and you know, go see something that meant and still means so much to this city. So we're excited to be able to celebrate that here. And of course, not only the Astrodome 50th anniversary, but the 50th anniversary of when we changed to the Astros name from the Colt 45. So it really is a big anniversary in Astros baseball.
Strike 3 call. The karma was good, Christy, and also the information. And Billy Butler's not happy, but we are to hear about the Jimmy Wynn bobblehead doll Friday night and the Astrodome replica Saturday night. Join us this weekend, 2-1 Houston.
At Minute Maid Park. Save money and receive great benefits throughout the season. Visit Astros.com/season tickets or call 1-877-9-ASTROS now to reserve your seats, guys.
Julia, we have something for you after the game. You know what it is. You've been asking for it.
I'm excited.
It's all yours. It's really something. Jake Marisnick, the batter, 2-1 Astros.
Well, let me in on that, Brownie.
This.
The Astrodome.
Yeah.
You can put cookies in there.
Well, you could. Marisnick at 318 as a homer, 5 runs batted in. Julia won't, of course.
No.
That one goes out to Sam Fold in center. And it's out number 1. But we thank Christy Feliz for joining us, telling us all about the plans for this weekend. And it'll be great to see those guys. Bob Bruce is coming back. He lives in the Dallas area. Danny Coombs. Some guys we haven't seen for a long, long time.
She rattled those names right off the top of her head. There were no notes at all.
No, she's been a big part of the planning on it. Jose Altuve said he has not seen the movie about him yet.
Wonder if he knows the outcome.
He hasn't written it yet.
That's true.
That should be great. Narrated by Dennis Quaid. And it's making its debut. It's a private invitation event in downtown Houston tomorrow. But guess what? It'll be on Root Sports. We understand Friday. I think maybe Saturday. So you get a chance to see it. No balls, 2 strikes. Big hook from Pomeranz came in on Altuve. Springer on deck. 1-2. But you know, Jose, I think he loves all these trappings, all these awards. You know, the ring and the car, painting, movie. But he's really focused on this game now, whatever it might be, tonight.
Yeah, I can't speak to all of that stuff, and I kind of feel the same way as to what you're saying there. The one thing about Jose Altuve is he loves to play this game.
Yeah.
You can see it day in, day out. He's not looking for days off or anything. He just loves to play the game.
It's about the team being better and competing. And I don't think it's just hollow talk from him. That's a looping fly ball, and Reddick closes on it. And Reddick comes up with a baseball. That is a phenomenal catch by Reddick.
To the eye, this looked like it absolutely was going to drop right off the bat. But Josh Reddick has made some of the game's outstanding plays in recent years as a right fielder. He just comes and gets it. He is a fearless right fielder.
Did a cartwheel on that one. Now George Springer with ball 1. Springer struck out in the first inning. That looked like a hit all the way.
Certainly did.
Didn't look like he had much of a chance when he launched into that dive. Just a fabulous catch by Reddick. It's kind of the way things are going for the Astros hitters. 2 balls, no strikes. They've had some plays made on them this year.
I'd love to see this guy start to have some of that outward evident fun in playing this game again.
That's out to right center. This will drop in. Springer has a 2-out knock. He's aboard for Jed Lowry.
Well, that's a lot more fun than what's been taking place. So maybe that starts up a party. Maybe the invites have been sent.
Well, what was good was it was a 2-0 count. He made some contact here.
Yeah, it was a tough pitch. Is that a pitch you generally would advise swinging at on 2-0? Probably not. But if you have that kind of reach and coverage, go ahead and get yourself a knock.
Springer's aboard. Lowry, the batter, he hit a home run. Springer starts and stops. There's ball 1. This would be a good situation if he thinks he could steal the base to take it with 2 outs in the inning. And a 1-0 count, favorable in the sense that Oakland is not likely to pitch out. But then can he read the left-hander, Pomeranz? The A's have allowed 1 steal and only 1 attempt against them in 9 games. 1-1 to Lowry.
What Pomerantz just showed on that last pitch anyway is it's going to be tough to even try to get a jump.
And the way Lowry swung the bat, maybe better to have him just hit than worry about what the runner at first base might do. Tigers are pitching another shutout tonight, 1-0 at Pittsburgh. They're in the bottom of the 7th. They have had an awesome start on the mound. 2 balls, 1 strike. And yet Oakland has the best ERA in the majors right now, 2.14.
Rajai Davis, the big power hitting Rajai Davis, with an 8th inning home run for the Tigers.
Alfredo Simon is pitching that shutout for Detroit against Francisco Liriano. Strike makes it 2-2 to Lowry. And the Astros won 2 out of 3 in Texas prior to this series. They've lost the first 2 here, so they're 2-3 against the American League West in a stretch of 15 straight. And they will be seeing Seattle starting Monday night. A fine club, picked by many to win this division. And now Nelson Cruz has already nailed 5 home runs.
But that lineup for the Mariners yet to define their Wheaties so far this year.
True. Springer takes off, big jump. This line drive heads for the right field corner. That ball is down and bouncing and staying in play. So Springer will score. Lowry into second. RBI double, 3-1 Houston. Springer took off with a big jump, and Lowry's ball going into the corner allowed him to score by not bouncing over the fence.
Well, if Jed Lowry doesn't watch out, he's going to find himself hitting in the 3-hole a lot of this year. Boy, that's pretty. Watch how he just angles and shoots down the right field side. And you wonder, with Springer on the move there in that hole on the right side, did Lowry have that in mind with a couple of strikes? One way or another, that's about as well as you can do it, and you can see the spring or the speed of Springer coming around.
Evan Gattis tops one, barehanded. Brett Lawrie gets him. And the Astros settle for a run on 2 hits with a man left. After 3, they lead it 3-1.
Star Second Baseman and narrated by Houston-born actor Dennis Quaid will premiere on Root Sports Saturday, April 18th at 4:30, and again on Sunday, April 19th, following the Astros postgame. Join us for the amazing story of this one-of-a-kind big leaguer. And what Brownie said was true. Altuve has yet to see this. I asked him about it today, and he said, I'm dying to see it. The cameras have been following him all off-season. They went to Venezuela. So there's a look inside of his family, which is it was just going to be really neat for everyone to see.
Thanks, Julia. 3-1 Houston. Inning number 4 begins with Ike Davis in the box. He singled to center field in the second inning. There's ball 1 to him. Yeah, that is really terrific. Bouncer back to the pitcher. He doesn't field it, though. Here comes Jed Lowry behind Colin McHugh and gets him. And a smile back toward McHugh after out number 1 is made. And it's ruled 1-6-3, so McHugh got some leather on it.
Yeah, Colin gets faced with what pitchers get faced with a lot of times. That front of the mound can be chewed up, and it makes the ground balls tough. But it's nice to have a Jed Lowry behind you to finish off the play.
Well done by the shortstop, reacting to that ball up the middle. Stephen Vogt struck out in the second inning. And that's ball 1 to Vogt. Blue Jays are ripping on the Rays 11-3. They're in the bottom of the 6th inning at Toronto. Jose Bautista has hit his second home run. Mark Burley's on the mound. He's had a terrific career. In for a strike. That makes it 1-1.
What will that time of game be in the Mark Burley pitching performance tonight?
Boy. Well, he's one of those guys who will threaten a 2-hour ball game depending on what the other pitcher's doing. In this case, the other pitcher for Tampa Bay not cooperating, with the Blue Jays scoring 11 runs on 11 hits so far through 6.
I want to see Burley versus Keuchel this year.
Oh, that one might be about the length of the feature film. That's in the air near the left field line and slicing foul. 1-2. Erasmo Ramirez got the start for the Rays, not faring nearly as well as Burley. 3 1/3 innings, 7 earned runs.
I happen to be looking for some reason at the Sandy Koufax perfect game from LA back in whenever that was, the 60s. I wonder how Sandy was dressed coming to the ball game that night.
Like the Blues Brothers.
But it was a game that saw the Dodgers get 1 hit against Bob Hendley, left-hander for the Cubs that day. The game took 1:43. A Sandy Koufax game took 1:43.
Oh, delightful. And then there was Bob Gibson.
And he worked quick compared to Sandy.
Vogt swings at it, misses, and now on the strikeout, Castro will throw to Carter to complete it. That's 8 punch-outs for McHugh. And Oakland had the 3rd fewest strikeouts in the American League.
Again, that hammer right over the top. Stephen Vogt just doesn't have a response for Dallas Keuchel to this point. Nice job by Jason Castro. Keep it in front, get the out. Houston Methodist helps us get to know Colin McHugh. Favorite sport other than baseball? That would be soccer. I wouldn't have guessed that. Craziest job outside of baseball? He was a waiter at a Steak and Shake. Yeah, I could maybe see that. He'd be reading a book the entire time he was taking your order. And then go to karaoke song, This Is How We Do It. I don't think I would have guessed that with Colin McHugh.
I was just trying to shake you up a little bit. Brad Laurie, the batter, he chases one about a foot outside. It's 0-2.
Did you see that pitch well? That's what his hitting coach is going to say. Yeah, I thought I was on it all the way.
Yeah. The barrel of the bat was headed right for that baseball, and then something happened. McHugh's career high for strikeouts is 12. That was last April 22nd at Seattle in a game you and Blummer did.
That was his premier outing there for the Astros.
Sure was. Foul back. That was a pretty good 0-2 pitch. But Laurie.
This was so good we need to see it again. Yeah, I think I can pull that pitch inside the bag at third.
Just a bit low and outside.
Well, who hasn't swung at that one?
And then, of course, they threw him an 0-2 pitch right down the middle after he swung at that. And now another curveball in the dirt. That's whiff number 9 in the first 4 innings for Colin, and a 3-1 Houston lead.
Caminetti was going. It skied to left. Deion Sanders at the wall, and Bagwell has his first.
Our TXU Energy Power Player of the game, Jeff Bagwell, who hit his first home run of his career on this day in 1991. It was a big 2-run shot off of Kent Merker in the 9th inning that led to the Stros' 3-1 victory over the Atlanta Braves. And as importantly, that was Bill Brown on the call.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Chris Carter bats. There's ball 1 to Carter. Carter grounded out first time. 449 home runs for Jeff Bagwell. That was quite a ride he gave the fans during his illustrious 15-year career.
I think Jason Marquis was pitching on that night in the major league somewhere, and he's pitching tonight as well, Brownie. So you both have something in common.
Yeah, right. 1-1 to Carter. Each club with 4 hits. The Astros have 3 runs batted in, all by Jed Lowry. 2-run homer, RBI double. Carter fights it off, and it's 1-2 to Chris. The Mets lead the Phillies 6-1. They're at the end of the 7th. David Wright has gone on the disabled list for them. The hamstring injury. Lucas Duda and Travis d'Arnaud have gone deep. Jonathan Neese doing the pitching tonight for the Mets, and they could really surprise some people this year, especially with the Dark Knight back in their rotation, Matt Harvey, and blowing people away with his stuff. Fans really get into it with the Batman costumes when he pitches.
The Dark Knight is a stud.
Oh, he's amazing, isn't he? Didn't he throw one behind somebody last night?
I hope so.
Well, he's all about competing, if you think that's part of competing. And evidently he did.
I guess stand up at the plate and see what it's like and see how the competition is faring.
That would be a dark night, trying to face him. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There could be some excitement coming up in New York. And in fact, there was even one prediction by one service or individual that the Mets would win 1 game more than the Yankees this year. Carter's down on strikes with Pomeranz crowding him. Matt Harvey, what kind of a career is this in the making? Is this Nolan Ryan? Is this Tom Seaver?
You know, the numbers will never get to Nolan Ryan's heights, but his stuff, this is legit stuff. 98, we're talking about a starting pitcher. 98, 97, he throws strikes, he blows it by. It's about as Nolan Ryan-like as you'll see around the major leagues. It's been said better before.
Luis Valbuena was strike one. Nolan was around the batting cage tonight with our buddy Ray Fosse next door doing Oakland TV. And Ray recalled the time Nolan threw a pitch that got away and hit him in the leg. He remembers that vividly. It was 1973, he said, or 74.
I bet he can still feel it.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike. He said it hit him in the calf. It's a good thing it didn't hit him on the shin bone, or it would have broken that bone, he said. And he saw Nolan 15 years later, and Nolan said, I know what you're going to ask me about.
So he does have that little book that remembers, huh?
Tapped out to second, Sogard barehanding, and he flips over as he makes the play. He did a forward roll while getting Valbuena. These Oakland A's are acrobatic tonight in their plays.
Well, never easy when you have to charge like this, but it's legal to stay on your feet if you need to. I just heard, by the way, Brownie, from former Astro great right-hander Bill Dawley, who was there when the Jeff Bagwell home run was hit.
What did he have to say?
Said he called it goodbye.
Robbie Grossman pumps one to right field. Josh Reddick waits for it. It's a 1-2-3-4 for Drew Pomeranz. The Astros lead it after 4, 3-1.
Already, as he's worked through 4 innings, and you can just take a look at how he's doing it. The curveball has been a big part of the punch-outs here this evening. Even some hanging sliders, fastball thrown on by. Some pitches out of the strike zone, but Colin McHugh has the A's eaten out of his hand right now.
He has struck out 9. He's retired the last 7 after the RBI infield hit by Marcus Semien in the 2nd inning. Eric Sogard leads it off here in the 5th. Sogard singled to right field in the 2nd inning. The A's putting together 4 singles all in that frame to score their run. There is strike 1. Josh Fields made his 3rd injury rehab appearance last night for AAA Fresno. No balls, 2 strikes. He's on the disabled list with a right groin strain. He pitched a scoreless inning and had a strikeout, and that was the 2nd of his back-to-back appearances for Fresno, 3rd appearance overall. And apparently he is not quite ready yet to come back and rejoin the Astros. He is eligible now to return from the disabled list. He's made 3 appearances, and it seems that the Astros are buying a little bit more time. He may pitch one more time, A.J. Hinch said, and then be reevaluated. And they're also trying to figure out what they want to do.
Yeah, that's got to be a big part of the equation there. Bullpen has been good.
It has been good. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jeff Luhnow, of course, is on that, and he's getting the reports from out west in Fresno. He got him on a foul tip strikeout. That's 10 punch outs for Colin McHugh.
Oh, that's a little early on the evening to be in double digits, but the hammer does it again.
Marcus Semien was behind in the count 1-2. He hit a roller to shortstop. Lowry had to come in and try to throw him out, and he beat the play for ball 1. There's ball 1. You talked about it at the time. Lowry coming in toward the plate and then to his right. Well, that's a vicious combination for a shortstop to try to throw somebody out. Coming in on the ball and then having to reach down to his right and throw back in the other direction to first base. Not such an easy play.
Almost every ball club has as their shortstop somebody who is extremely gifted in those regards, but you start going hard to the right, even hard to the left, and that's where you find out the guys who are just exceptional at shortstop.
1-1. Boy, that is one difficult position to play with all the different throwing angles and ground that must be covered. And involved in double plays there at second base. Involved in relay throws from the outfield. He gets another strikeout. That's 11. 1 away from tying his career high.
Wow. Love to hear what the A's hitters are saying to each other on the bench. Again, the curveball. Well, he's going to throw you the curveball with 2 strikes. So what? I can't hit it.
Now it's 9 straight for McHugh, and it's Sam Fuld batting. Fuld 0 for 2. Strike to Fuld. J.C. Hartman, who's going to be here Saturday, was one of the players on the expansion 62 Colt 45s. 1 ball, 1 strike. He was a shortstop on that club. McHugh has struck out everybody but Ike Davis in that Oakland lineup so far. He's spreading it around. 1-2.
It's funny, if you'd asked me before the game who might be most prone to the strikeout in that lineup tonight, it might have been Ike Davis.
Yeah. So this is a huge night. Pitch count is at 81. Strikeouts usually require a higher pitch count, depending. 2-2.
Ooh, that was a good pitch. How do you want to spot it on the 1-2 and just below the knees off the plate?
That's out toward the gap in right center field. Springer on the run. Springer diving. It goes all the way to the warning track. Picked up by Marisnik. And here stretching it out for third is Sam Fuld. Relay throw to third. Not in time. Fuld has another extra base hit. A triple. He has 3 triples already this season and 4 doubles. So that snaps the string of 9 straight retired by Colin.
Home plate umpire Tim Welke had the necessitated call there at third base, and he was still kind of chugging down the line. It wasn't like a difficult call, but you see the all-out effort by George Springer. And at that point, even with the ball not getting all the way to the wall, Fuld is going to get himself to 3 bags. See no umpire in the immediate vicinity right there.
Mark Canha is 0 for 2. 2 punch outs for Canha. There's strike one. Canha's a Rule 5 draft choice. When Coco Crisp returns to the roster, somebody will have to go to make room for him. It's tough to get rid of a Rule 5 player, especially one who's hit as well as Mark Canha in the first week. Little dribbler stays fair. Trouble here. Castro firing and gets him. Nice play for Castro from 2 to 3 to make it no runs a hit. And he saved a run with that one and maybe more. 3-1 Astros. Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Good night for baseball here at Minute Maid Park. Beautiful night. The Astros lead it 3-1. Sparkling play by Jason Castro. Retired Mark Canha. And Fuld would have been able to score run number 2, and that would have kept the inning alive for Reddick had Castro not made that play. And now he leads it off. That's ball 1 for Castro. Castro grounded out in the second inning. You can speak to how difficult those plays are for a catcher. You're coming out of a crouch. You've got to run a few steps, make a spin throw.
Yeah, running away from first base as Castro was, he couldn't have made the play any better. And you could see on the throw there was a lot on it and right on the money. Jason Castro got himself set beautifully.
One ball, one strike. Marisnik and Altuve to follow. 1-2. We were just asked by former Astros broadcaster Vince Cotroneo, now doing the Oakland A's radio broadcasting, who was the first African-American player on the Colt 45s. It's an interesting question, and we're trying to get the answer right now. We know J.C. Hartman was on that team. He made his debut July 21st, 1962. And he will be here Saturday, as we mentioned. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And you came up with Walt Bond, Ash, but
as a possibility, Joe Gaines
okay.
is another name that, and again, I have nothing definitive there.
I don't see them on the 62 roster.
No.
So I think they came a year or 2 later. There's a swing and a throw from Vogt. We'll get Castro on strikeout number 4 for Pomeranz.
Take a look at this play made by Jason Castro. Watch how quickly he comes firing out, and that's a big key on the play. He doesn't want to let the ball roll. He feels he has the play, and he knew it in the end, but plants that right foot so well and makes the strong throw.
Now Jake Marisnick, he hit a fly ball to center, going for the first pitch thrown to him in the third inning. Well, for now, we're going to go with J.C. Hartman as the first African-American player on the Colt 45s until further notice. There's ball one. It's 2-0. A good article about African Americans in Major League Baseball written today in USA Today. And the numbers have not dropped off in the last year. They've kind of stabilized. Fouled away. 2 balls and a strike. Part of that is the Urban Youth Academies, one of which is here in Houston. And over 500 Urban Youth Academy members are in attendance, compliments of the Astros tonight. And some of them took the field alongside each Houston player in the starting lineup. Line shot right field corner. Here's Marisnick headed for second base. Reddick handles it cleanly. Marisnick is going to third. Here's the relay from Sogard coming in on 2 hops, not in time. A triple for Marisnick. First triple for Marisnick.
Now we got a good look at the Jed Lowry triple in this ball game down the right field side, double rather. But this is the same look from Jake Marisnick, who is trying to become that major league hitter that could be quite an impact player, and that was really the same thing going on. He got a pitch away, and he did what every hitting coach would ever say. Go with that ball. Hit it sharply. Don't just flare it. And the end result, a triple for a guy who can run extremely well.
He really stretched it out.
No hesitation around second.
Long strides. Infield in for Jose Altuve. Ball one. He doubled, stole third, and scored in the first inning. Hit a fly ball to right in the third, robbed by a diving Josh Reddick. 1-0. Roman Mejias was on that Colt 45's club. Up the middle, a base hit to center field, 4-1. Altuve drives it in with his second hit of the night. RBI number 3 for Altuve. That's classic hitting. Up the middle, the infield in, and a runner at third.
You can kind of feel it coming with Jose Altuve. It's not like it's red hot yet, but he is just plugging along, heading toward that 300 mark, and then see if he can really get it hot. Another tough pitch away. Jose Altuve will handle that pitch with great success. And, you know, there have been some players through the year who have handled that pitch with the tail section. Roberto Clemente comes to mind, where it's going the other way, but he still keeps the barrel on the ball.
That was the hitting approach that's taught so often, and he executed it perfectly, getting Marisnick home. So the extra base Marisnick provided by going for that triple really pays off in a run.
See, it's not like he's got the body going that way like you kind of saw with Lowry and Marisnick tonight. But with the body, that front hip kind of pulling out, he keeps the hands all the way through the baseball.
Strike to George Springer, who's 1 for 2. Yeah, Roman Mejias, who hit some home runs on that first game ever played, 1962 for the Colt 45s, was a Cuban native, so not African American. Fouled away. No balls, 2 strikes.
George Springer tries to do that outside, hit it to right style.
Evan Scribner warming up for Oakland. Well, according to the article today, there are now 68 African American players in the majors. Springer is down on strikes. That's number 5.
This moment in history is brought to you by M.D. Anderson. It was 70 years ago this year that Jackie Robinson left the Negro Leagues and signed with the Montreal Royals of the International League for $600 a month. And a $3,500 signing bonus on top of that. Just a few short years later, Dodgers owner Branch Rickey purchases Jackie's contract from their minor league affiliate, and Jackie officially breaks baseball's color barrier.
Jed Lowry takes, and there's ball one. Yeah, there's been at least one book, probably many, written about that whole process with Branch Rickey calling in Jackie Robinson and really testing him there in the office under that environment of what he was about to endure, they thought. 2 balls, no strikes. Lowry with a 2-run homer, and RBI double tonight with a big night going. And Jackie passed the test, was warned about the treatment that he would be getting from fans and even teammates who did not welcome his arrival. He withstood all that and played great baseball. There's a break towards second and the throw back to first. And Altuve upset that he was thrown out on the pickoff play. It'll count as a caught stealing because he did break towards second base. So it's 1 run, 2 hits, nobody left after 5. 4-1 Astros.
At Bat is up to the moment at any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcast, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at Bat for your smartphone or tablet. Guys, I am digging the space race.
Are you?
How cool are these guys?
You want to be part of that, don't you?
That's Doc Rocket, Squeeze. The other one is... I'll have to find out.
All right.
Is he Apollo?
Apollo, okay.
Is he the main squeeze?
No, he's not the main squeeze.
No?
The main squeeze is not here. There's ball 1. Josh Reddick is 0 for 2. Infield shifted around. 5 hits for Oakland. 4 men left on. Colin McHugh with the 3-run lead. Deals ball 2. Colin had just a little tenderness in that finger, which caused him problems last year in his last start in Texas, but has reported for the last few days he's fine. Strike, 2-1. The Astros bullpen is back in order thanks to the 4 innings of relief provided Monday night by Asher Wojciechowski. That 14-inning extravaganza provided quite a test for the bullpen on Sunday. And Asher left with probably some thank you texts from teammates in the bullpen for giving them that rest on Monday night, getting everybody back in line.
Can we hear an amen? That was big for the club.
3-2. Last night Brad Peacock went 5. He had gotten up at 4 a.m. to travel here from Fresno. Joe Thatcher worked an inning and a third with Pat Neshek going 1 2/3, and Sam Deduno went the final inning in very good relief fashion. That's hit well foul. He was slightly out in front of that one. Still 3-2 to Reddick. Astros pitching staff has the 4th best ERA in the American League, 2.96. Colin McHugh trying to make it a 2-0 start to the season. gave up 1 run in 6 innings in his debut at Texas in their home opener. That's chopped behind the bag at first. Foul ball.
Collins has been throwing strikes. Starts this inning with 85 pitches, 61 strikes. Usually when you're that consistently in the strike zone, hitters will be getting a piece of you.
She's happy with that baseball. In the air. Springer back into right center field, calling for it. You know, the slow speed of that pitch caught Reddick out on his front foot, and his swing was somewhat spent by the time he got to it, Ash.
Off speed, and Colin does change speeds well, changes locations. You get a peek. Again, the curveball, it was hung. Colin's been effective with pitches not in locations that he was really going after tonight, and you can see the perfect example of what you were saying, Brownie, just way out in front was Reddick.
Billy Butler has a single and a strikeout looking. That's ball 1 to Butler. There have been 18 first-round choices since 2012 in the Major League Baseball June draft who were African American. Some of the top players in the game today will be attracting more attention from the youngsters, guys like Mookie Betts, Boston, Taijuan Walker with Seattle, of course George Springer, and then in the minor leagues, Byron Buxton of the Minnesota Twins. Strike makes it 2-1.
Front door. Well done. By the way, did you see the tweet about Joe Sclafani, the minor leaguer?
No.
49 games in a row now he has reached. He's at Fresno.
49?
Yeah, that would obviously be dating well back into last year, but there's a young man who played with the Astros in the spring and acquitted himself well.
That is impressive. Middle infield type. He can play different positions. The Astros are really building a portfolio of that type of player. Nolan Fontana can play both middle infield spots.
Where is it, Blue? That gets a piece of the strike zone. Any part of the ball on the strike zone is a strike.
That made Billy Butler blue at that call.
It's a little bluer.
A little defensive chop sends the ball out to Chris Carter at first. 2 outs for Colin McHugh.
Time now for the AT&T Rewind as we compare a couple of great catches. The Red Sox, Mookie Betts and George Springer. There's Betts going up, and maybe not over, but ball would have been out of there. It was a good-looking catch. This one, in my book, is the king so far this year. And certainly with the importance on this play, game-winning grand slam it would have been for the Texas Rangers. Instead, it turns into ultimately a game winner for the Astros.
Now with 2 outs, it's Ike Davis. Infield shifted around. The bullpen busy for Houston. 100 pitches now in the book with that one for Colin McHugh. And he gets strike 1 on Davis, who's 1 for 2. Fresno pounded Salt Lake last night, 12-4. Tommy Shirley got the win, beating Garrett Richards, who's rehabbing for the Angels. Preston Tucker with a pair of homers. 1-1. So with Richards on the comeback, the Angels will gladly make room for him in their rotation, but not this weekend when they face the Astros. They'll be coming with Jared Weaver, C.J. Wilson, and TBA. Fly ball left center field. Marisnik heading back. Long run for Marisnik. That one hops the wall. He'll play it there on the warning track, and it's a double for Davis. He's 2 for 3.
That's a lot of strength right there, out in front and reaching toward the outside corner. Ike Davis drives one over the head of Jake Marisnik. You can see that's not where every hitter's looking to find a pitch. Jason Castro reaching for the breaking ball below the knees. but that's a pretty strong left-hand hitter.
With the bullpen busy from both sides of the plate, Tony Sipp is the left-hander warming up for Houston. And Castro talks it over with Colin McHugh. With Stephen Vogt about to come up, he has struck out both times. Now A.J. Hinch. They've bought a little more time for the pitchers to warm up in the pen. He may want to go lefty here with Sipp against Vogt. 102 pitches for McHugh.
Yeah, is this question time? Find out exactly how your right-hander's feeling, how he feels about this particular hitter. Apparently it went beyond that.
Well, the 11 strikeouts may have taken a toll that Colin didn't want. Anyway, he leaves with a fine night of pitching behind him and a 4-1 lead.
In order for America to be 100% strong economically, defensively, and morally, we cannot afford the waste of having second and third class citizens. Good stuff right there, and good stuff from the clubhouse today talking about Jackie Robinson, including Tony Sipp, who's on the mound right now warming up, was saying how passionate he is about what Jackie Robinson did for him and his family. Extremely grateful for all the sacrifices that Jackie made. The things that he was having to endure were just unthinkable. Honored to wear that 42, guys.
What a history-changing event. Now Tony Sipp comes in with a score of 4-1 Houston. Ike Davis on at second. Stephen Vogt the batter. It's lefty on lefty for Tony Sipp, who last worked in the 14-inning game on Sunday. In 3 games this year, he has no decisions and has given up 1 run in 4 innings. 48 pitches on Saturday and Sunday for Tony Sipp. He threw 29 of those Sunday with 2 scoreless innings, keeping the game tied. When he came in, it was 4-4 in the 9th. Vogt fouls it back. There's strike 1. Now after a couple days rest, Sipp comes out with a fresh arm. He got a hold in the 2-0 opening day win over Cleveland. Coming in with that score in the 8th inning, working a hitless frame. Well, these two teams are playing each other for the 3rd time. They'll meet in a total of 19 head-to-head matchups this year. The relievers, they'll get a lot of looks. In for a strike, and it's 0-2 to Vogt. In that Angels win today, it was Hector Santiago beating Anthony Reynado of Texas 10-2. As Ash mentioned, Mike Trout was 3 for 4. He's hitting .438. A shot foul. I think that club is going to miss Howie Kendrick.
I do too. Yeah, and I think he's a great fit for the Dodgers. Howie Kendrick, among the players, not overlooked, but I think a bit by by the media and fans.
Fred Laurie on deck. A.J. Hinch's relievers have a 1.76 ERA, third best in the league. In the air to left field, backing up Robbie Grossman. To end the top of the sixth, no runs a hit, and the man stranded. It's 4-1 Astros.
Family 4-pack starting at only $70. The package includes 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, and a Lot C parking pass. Get your Kroger Family 4-pack for this Sunday's game by visiting Astros.com/value or calling 1-877-9-ASTROS.
It's a nice package.
It's a nice uni.
4-1 lead for the Astros on Dollar Hot Dog Night, Wednesday home games. A lot of folks here are enjoying that. And they're enjoying Jed Lowrie in the show he's put on. A 2-run homer in the first, an RBI double in the third. Altuve, Springer, and Lowrie have looked strong tonight. Jed looks at strike one. He was at the plate with a 2-0 count when Altuve was picked off. And it counted as a caught stealing because he had taken a step or two towards second, and then he went back to first. So statistically, that's the difference between being picked off and caught stealing. And that's the first time Jose has been caught stealing this year. Evan Scribner's warming up for Oakland with a 1-1 count on Lowrie. Two balls and a strike. The Mets and Jonathan Neese knocked off the Phillies and Jerome Williams. Mets winning it tonight 6-1. Neese's first win of the year. They are 6-3. Three balls and a strike. Time called as Lowrie gets set for the 3-1 pitch. Colin McHugh struck out 11. Didn't walk anybody in 5 2/3 innings, allowing 6 hits and 1 run, throwing 102 pitches, 71 for strikes. Lowrie takes a stroll to lead off the 6th. First walk of the night in this ball game. A.J. Hinch has a leadoff man on. And Evan Gattis batting, but maybe against a different pitcher. Bob Melvin's coming out. He's had Scribner warming up. And
Pomeranz at 82 pitches will be coming out of this game. So maybe a sign to Bob that he's tiring with that leadoff walk to Lowry. A couple of right-handed hitters with some power are coming up, even though he has retired them. Gaddis both times and Carter both times. We'll be back with the score: Houston 4, Oakland 1.
Houston Astros and Root Sports are proud to present Big Dreams, the Jose Altuve story. The documentary featuring the Astros All-Star second baseman and narrated by Houston-born actor Dennis Quaid will premiere on Root Sports Saturday, April 18th at 4:30 p.m. and then again Sunday, April 19th, following the Astros postgame. Join us for the amazing story of this one-of-a-kind big leaguer. Guys.
And Saturday, we'll be on the air at 5:30 with Astros pregame. So a great chance for you to get started early with that 4:30 movie, which is an hour long. And then that leads into Saturday night's 6:10 matchup. Dallas Keuchel and C.J. Wilson as a pair of lefties duel. Now Evan Scribner comes in 3 games this year. He's pitched 5 2/3 innings, Ash.
Against the Astros, 6th appearance on his career. He's been very effective with a 1.50 ERA and good fastball at the knees to start it.
Towering pop fly foul off the bat of Evan Gaddis. Takes a big bounce up to another fan. Somebody whiffed on that one the first time down. He's glad they did. Gaddis has fly to center, grounded to third where Lowry came in. Made a terrific play on his slow roller to get him. Scribner, 29 years old, is from Connecticut. Went to Central Connecticut State. Blows it by Gaddis for an 0-2 count. Pomeranz threw 82 pitches, 49 of them strikes. He leaves trailing 4-1, and the runner at first, Lowry, belongs to him. That's back out of play. Still 0-2 on Gaddis. Scribner was drafted by Arizona in 07, traded to San Diego for Tony Clark in 08. And then he made his way to Oakland on a waiver claim after the 2011 season. Last year he pitched 13 times for Oakland, was at Sacramento for 40 appearances at AAA. He throws over. Lowry is 1 for 1 in base stealing. Cleveland, behind Trevor Bauer, stopped the White Sox tonight, 4-2 in Cleveland. John Danks the loser. And too far off the base. Lowry, he is out. He wandered too far, and he was gunned down from Vogt to Davis. 1 out.
Now with the Altuve caught stealing, the Astros having a couple of runners taken down on base, and oftentimes that can be too costly to overcome. So far the Astros with the lead, and of course Colin McHugh so good on the hill tonight.
Didn't hear the announcement, but I believe that should be a caught stealing since he initially It isn't caught stealing. He was headed for second, and he saw the ball in the dirt, so thought he might have a chance. Then realized both had come up with it cleanly. 2-2 to Gaddis. So 2 caught stealings in 2 innings. Gaddis strikes out. 2 outs now. The Astros had not been caught stealing this season. Altuve stole third in the first. At that point, they were 9 for 9. Now with 2 down, Chris Carter would love to get something going. He bounced out to first and he struck out. Strike 1 for Scribner. Pomeranz's line can now be closed at 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Jammed on that one, and these pitchers have been coming in on Carter tonight. No balls, 2 strikes to Chris. Miami won at Atlanta 6-2 the final for the Marlins. That's a strikeout, and it ends quickly for the Astros in the 6th inning. They're up 4-1.
Fifth of 11 strikeouts on the night. That second strike, kind of a classic battle of pitcher versus anybody. And then the curveball polishes him off. All 5 outs to that point had been recorded by the strikeout by Colin McHugh. And again, 11 on his big night tonight, just working into the 6th.
Leaving with a lead, which is 4-1. Tony Sipp came in with a runner at second, got Stephen Vogt. That ended the top of the 6th inning. Now in the 7th, it's the number 7 hitter, Brett Lawrie, to lead it off. He has struck out both times tonight. Sogard and Semien to follow. Each club with 6 hits, no errors. Oakland has stranded 5. Houston leaving only 1. That's a strike for Tony Sipp. Miami downing Atlanta tonight in Atlanta 6-2. Dan Herron winning that one over Eric Stultz. But the Braves are still 6-3. Foul back. No balls, 2 strikes to Brett Lawrie.
I thought they had been dismantled.
Yeah.
That's what everybody was saying.
Kind of surprising, hasn't it?
Oh. They lost the Condor. I thought that was the piece that was going to do them in.
The Condor.
Yeah, they're Craig Kimbrell.
Oh,
whatever.
Is that what they call him?
I thought that was a name that he had, well, with his stare into home plate.
I call him the DeLorean. With his arms.
Yeah, there you go.
Struck him out.
Michael J. Fox might agree.
1 down. Well, San Diego certainly welcomed him with open arms.
Tony Sipp, not too shabby last year, and he's getting started pretty well here. That slider inducing the strikeout. Brett Lawrie's had a tough night.
You bet he has. Sogard single to right in the second inning, whiffed in the fifth. Nationals beat the Red Sox in Boston 10-5. Did you see the catch Nolan Arenado made last night, running into the tarp for Colorado?
Well, I've been hearing the raving about it. I have to admit I did not see the catch, but
well, guess what? You're going to get to see it.
Okay.
After Sogard.
You have that kind of cloud around here, huh?
Yep. Carl Patterson is the man. And he's going to show it to you. Deep drive to right field, chasing Springer back. Springer turning, and on the warning track, he handles out number 2. Nolan Arenado, Colorado Rockies third baseman, and he is a dandy in San Francisco last night.
He's pretty terrific with both the glove and the bat. And oh my, that is a whale of a catch, no doubt. I don't know if that's game-saving like the George Springer play, but spectacular nonetheless. This is game-saving and spectacular. Game moved on. The Astros were able to win it on a Hank Conger home run. So that had huge import for the club.
Marcus Semien has an RBI single, an infield hit, and a strikeout. There's ball 1. Great play by Springer.
Arenado already a Gold Glove winner last year, right?
Yes. 2-0. He reminds me of Scott Rowland. I know you're going to get tired of hearing that.
No, I can live with it. Scott Rowland, a big guy. Arenado's not quite that size, is he?
Maybe not, but I think he's almost as tall. Fly ball to center. Marisnik waiting. It's an 8-pitch inning, and it's 1-2-3. 4-1 Houston.
Great matchups, including the Yankees, Tigers, and Dodgers. Be there for the anniversary of Biggio's 3,000th hit, Biggio Weekend, and more. To purchase tickets, visit Astros.com/Biggio, HOF, or call 1-877-9-ASTROS.
We go to the last of the 7th inning, and it's Luis Valbuena. He's at number 7. Classy looking logo. Strike from Scribner. There is strike 1 to Valbuena, who's 0 for 2. Our thanks to Tal Smith for providing more information on the first African American players for the Colt 45s. We mentioned J.C. Hartman, who was on that 1962 club. Also Jim Pendleton and Johnny Weekly. Fly Fly ball left field. Let's see. Mark Canha backs off the wall. That one gets out. Opposite field, Valbuena homer, number 2. 5-1 Houston.
Boy, that kind of takes you back to the short porch, maybe in Boston or the old Coliseum in LA. That high fly ball just getting out, and some style points on the circling of the bases there by Valbuena. Takes that pitch away and hits it the only way you can with authority.
Jed Lowry hit one in the first inning. 2 home runs tonight for the Astros. There's strike 1 to Robbie Grossman, who's 0 for 2. 5-7-0 for Houston, 1-6-0 for Oakland. In for a strike. It's 0-2 to Grossman. Wade Miley took the loss tonight for Boston. Gio Gonzalez won it for Washington. Ian Desmond hit a homer. He's made 6 or 7 errors this year already. 1-2. Mookie Betts, when he robbed that homer last night, was robbing Bryce Harper. Soft pop up. Simeon calling. 1 out.
Take a look at that home run once again. Why not? Where's the pitch? Right out there, maybe off the corner, and number 42 with some good pop going the other way. And a big smile to follow.
Jason Castro comes up. He's grounded out and struck out. LJ Hose drove in 3 last night for Fresno in that 12-4 win over Salt Lake. Tonight's an off night for Corpus Christi. The Hooks have their big home opener tomorrow night. They should get a rousing welcome from fans at Whataburger Field there after their sensational start. 2 balls, no strikes. Carlos Correa hit his first homer yesterday of the season to center field.
Young man is good, by the way.
Yeah, you've heard. You've seen. Mark Appel's due to start tomorrow night. 2 balls, 1 strike. It's 2-2. Correa's hitting .308 in the early games, by the way. Detroit shut out Pittsburgh 1-0. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Max Scherzer leaves through free agency, and they just pitched lights out with Justin Verlander on the disabled list. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I would think Tiger fans would be starting to question whether Justin Verlander is going to return to the form that he had years ago.
Yeah. He threw a lot of innings in those big years. Alfredo Simon picked up the slack tonight with 8 innings of 2-hit shutout baseball. Joaquim Soria got his 4th save. Joe Nathan has been hurt. Soria moved right in. Castro draws a walk. Who is hot around baseball anyway? Miguel Cabrera? Wow. Adrian Gonzalez, Nelson Cruz. Desmond 6 errors in the last 8 games.
That hurts. Adrian Gonzalez looks unstoppable with the Dodgers right now. Nelson Cruz, after a few games of futility, I'm sure some fans in Seattle were saying, has started to launch.
Jake Marisnick looks at strike 1. Jake tripled and scored in the 5th. He's 1 for 2. Dodgers have back-to-back 6-5 wins over Seattle in that series. You and Jeff Blum are probably getting ready for Pike Street when you go to Seattle next week.
You know what I'd love to do is go up there vacation time where you actually have some place you could cook, go down and take on Pike Street and some of the fish that goes flying around down there in the market, and then work it up in a frying pan. That'd be kind of sweet.
Well, Julia's going to be there with you. She can cook.
What are you saying? She brings a frying pan on the road or what?
Fly ball to center field. Fold back. Fold makes the catch. 2 outs. Castro back to first base. She may bring a frying pan on the road. Might not be a bad idea.
May have other intentions with it, however. I'm going to keep my head covered.
Jose Altuve has a couple of hits tonight. He's driven in a run. He might have had a third hit. A fly ball to shallow right field. Wound up in Josh Reddick's glove as he made a dive for it. Blue Jays ripped the Rays 12-7 in Toronto tonight. Mark Purley going to 2-0. He beat Erasmo Ramirez. Purley's 36. That's a strike to Altuve. There are 7 pitchers on the Tampa Bay staff who were not even teenagers when Burley earned the first of his 200 big league wins July 19th of 2000. 0-2. R.J. Alvarez is warming up for Oakland. Could Chris Bryant make his Cubs debut Friday? Joe Madden is saying the Cubs could add an infielder for that game.
I bet the fans are wondering who that might be. You think Joe Nuxall could have made it to the big leagues in today's game at the age of 15?
No.
Maybe 25?
Maybe, because that was during World War II and players were hard to come by. Which always leads to speculation about what Ted Williams could have wound up with had he not gone away to war. Altuve strikes out. Valbuena goes oppo, his second home run of the year. Lifts the Astros into a 5-1 lead, moving to the 8th.
Sports team to Minute Maid Park. Astros group tickets will create an experience your group is sure to remember. Call 1-877-9-ASTROS or visit astros.com/groups to enjoy special pricing and great benefits by reserving your group today.
The Astros lead at 5-1. We move to inning number 8, and Chad Qualls has come out of the Houston bullpen. Tony Sipp was airtight, getting 4 outs in a row, 1 by strikeout. And now it's Qualls in 3 games with 2 2/3 innings, 1 hit allowed. Last year against the A's in 14 games, 0-4 with 12 earned runs allowed. Most of the damage being done by their left-handed hitters, and he faces Sam Full to lead it off here in the 8th. He's 1 for 3.
How about that last number? 724 appearances since 2004. K-Rod, the only guy with more.
That's a good number. Strike one from Qualls. Pitcher number 3 to work in this game for A.J. Hinch. He got a blown save Sunday at Texas. He came in with 2 runners inherited in the 8th inning, and they both scored. He had a walk and hit 2 batters. 1 ball, 1 strike. 12th major league season for Chad Qualls. Last year he was the closer. That was the first time he had that role since 2010 with Arizona. Back now to a setup role. Altuve over to Carter. 1 out for Qualls. Chad's a very important guy, though, in the late innings. With that sinker, he can get ground ball outs. And he can mow them down rather quickly. Usually he's a 1-inning guy. Mark Canha is 0 for 3. A.J. Hinch does have some flexibility, though, with this bullpen. He has pitchers who can go multiple innings.
Congratulations to the Rockets, 2 seed from the West.
Oh, they got the number 2.
Yeah, they got it. Play
One
Dallas.
shot, and that is foul. They're going to play the Mavs.
Yep.
And then maybe second round San Antonio, depending on how things go.
Is that something you aspire to?
Not really. I don't think they aspire to play that club.
I think the Beard might have some answers, though.
Well, if he gets the ball, he can provide the answers. If they don't do the Hacka Josh Smith routine.
Got to see some sort of commercial opportunity for the 2 Beards to get together and do some work, don't you think?
There should be an opportunity, yes. Maybe on Abraham Lincoln Day.
Of course, talking about Dallas Keuchel to go with him. James Harden and Dallas Keuchel.
Well, they met last year, didn't they?
Yeah, but they need to meet on the field of commercial work. Something big has to happen.
Okay.
I wonder how Harden would handle that stuff from the fine left-hander.
Well, he was out for batting practice, wasn't he? I don't remember what he did. 1 and 2.
So do guys that have big old beards shampoo them? Because, you know, the obvious is in line right there.
My guess would be in the affirmative. We'll have to ask.
Make them both shave them off, and in 1 week see who has the stronger beard going.
Oh, a contest. A growth contest. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I'd hate to take my chances against DK in that one.
19,777 the attendance tonight. Tomorrow's an off day for the Astros. They will welcome the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim Friday night. Growing reports circulating around that club and Josh Hamilton. There's one report that he's going to be meeting with manager Mike Scioscia here this weekend. Little roller third base. Valbuena barehanding, does not throw. Infield hit for Canha. There are a lot of stories about the Hamilton contract.
You know what the smartest play here is? Just simply eat it.
Yep.
Don't make a big mistake.
Knowing when not to throw is a benefit. Reddick is 0 for 3. But the Angels, according to stories, have some special clauses in Josh Hamilton's contract regarding not paying him, according to them, if he's unable to play, not because of injury. There's a strike to Reddick, but his involvement with off-the-field activities.
I think I heard something that said that sort of clause is not legal.
That's what the Players Association is contending, yes. Which is very interesting. And it may wind up in arbitration. Bouncer Altuve to his left. Good pickup. Back to Lowry. No return throw, but He moved to his left, got that on the short hop, and took care of out number 2 from 4 to 6. Now Billy Butler comes up. You know, it's almost inconceivable that contracts don't have to be approved by both sides and filed with Major League Baseball. And certainly they do. Attorneys go over these contracts. So why wasn't a red flag raised at the time the contract was filed by somebody instead of bringing it up now?
Well, that question makes me feel like the Angels may be right in this matter.
Well, that would be one assumption that some people might make.
I would say tactically, they clearly, for me, are right.
You know, it's similar in some ways to Alex Rodriguez's situation with the Yankees. Both clubs, the Yankees with A-Rod, the Angels with Hamilton, clearly wanting to be rid of these contracts.
Well, you know, you put the teams in a spot where they decide that they've got to go huge numbers of years at big dollars now to bring some players in, and then that player makes a crucial mistake in his personal life, in trying to become a star major league player, whatever it may be. I think the player has put himself in a bad spot and should be subject to what the team wants to do at that time. That's my feeling.
Runner goes. Here's Castro with a throw to Altuve, and a stolen base by Reddick. With the A's down 5-1 and 2 outs in the inning, he takes second base. That's his first steal in as many tries this year.
Chad Qualls is a high leg kicker, so I guess if Reddick feels like he can steal second and a single later put another run on the board, hey, that's a good ploy for the Oakland A's.
It's got to be a sure thing. But you're right. If it's that sure for him, and he proved his point, go ahead and take the base.
Well, get a run any way you can, and that would seem to be a pretty logical way. But I feel like the Angels being forced to pay a guy who makes that sort of mistake, to me, that's ludicrous.
You know what puts a different spin on his situation is he turned himself in. He wasn't caught on a test.
I would ask, I wonder why.
Check swing call goes the Astros way. It's a strikeout on Butler. It's no runs, a hit, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 5-1 Houston. $15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. It's 5-1. The Astros lead the Athletics. They make a pitching change. Evan Scribner went 2 innings, allowing 1 hit, 1 run. With 1 walk, he struck out 3. Now RJ Alvarez comes in. Alvarez in 4 games has given up 1 earned run in 4 innings.
Major League debut last year with the Padres and acquired in that Derek Norris deal. That one surprised me. Derek Norris did a heck of a job with the A's last year.
It was surprising to many people. Alvarez is 23. He's from West Palm Beach, Florida. He went to Florida Atlantic University. He'll face George Springer, then Lowry and Gaddis to follow here in the Houston 8th. There is something on the grass out in left center field, or the warning track, and it's going to be retrieved. Mark Canha will take it over. Now Springer's ready. He singled and scored in the 3rd on a Lowry double. That single sandwiched in between 2 strikeouts. That's strike 1. 95 for Alvarez, a 3rd-round pick of the Angels in 2012. They traded him to San Diego in the Houston Street deal. Then Oakland got him, as Ash mentioned, in the Derek Norris trade. They also picked up Jesse Hahn, a right-hander who could really help them. Parting with their starting catcher Norris, a prospect, and a bonus slot in the international situation with signings there. Teams have a certain amount of money they can spend on signing international players, and they have slots in the draft, so they might choose to move up and get a slot which will allow them to spend more money in any given year as part of a trade. Now it's a recent development the last couple of years. More and more really high-end Cuban players. You think that whole situation is going to change now with the new relations with the U.S. and Cuba? I have to just respond. I don't know enough to even give you a heady answer there, but it would seem like there could be some logic there. Foul back, and it's 3-2. Well, there is some talk that there might be an international draft coming in the next agreement with the Players Association, which I believe is up in 2016. Why would Cuba become any different, the Cuban player, than, say, the Dominican Republic or Puerto Rico? And that's the real question. Yeah. It really is. It's not a free country. People have to escape there. Springer strikes out, and they take up residence in some other country, and then they sign. Jed Lowry's had quite a night, Ash. Had quite a start to the season. 3 home runs from the right side of the plate now. This number 3 of the 3. Pretty good bomb right there as he got the Astros going tonight. Then shoots one down, a double down the right field line a little later in the ball game, scoring a run as Mr. Springer comes around. But Jed Lowry's played solid defense. That's what he's here for. 2-run homer, that double, and a walk for Lowry. Moves back from ball 1. The Astros trying to make their record 4-5 after the first 9 before the day off tomorrow. Lowry fouls it back. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. The Cubbies are shutting out the Reds 5-0 in the top of the 9th at Wrigley. Arizmendi Alcantara is playing 3rd for them tonight, but come Friday, could it be Chris Bryant? Anthony Rizzo hit his first homer. Travis Wood started. He went 7. And you mentioned Jason Marquis pitched for the Reds tonight. Not so well. 2 balls, 1 strike. Let's see, the Cubs are now 4-3, Ash. Reds I heard some people say, oh, missing Chris Bryant for the first 12 games of the season is not going to make any difference in how things work out for the Cubs. I would beg to differ. I mean, if you miss out of the playoffs by a game or 2 and you say, what if we had this guy at the start of the year? That's a tough argument. Luke Gregerson's warming up for Houston. 4-run lead, but Luke's had a few days rest. Evan Gattis on deck. Well, that one floats in for a strikeout. 2 down.
This stuff looks pretty good at the moment.
It does.
Get a little change action here, and it just, as Brownie says, floats in there. And you can't pull the trigger. You start early. You've seen good fastballs from the guy, and then that changeup will make you go sit down.
Evan Gattis is 0 for 3.
Yeah, I thought we had heard that the A's didn't have any power arms out there in the pen.
Cancel that after seeing Alvarez. And they don't have their closer right now. He's on the disabled list. Driven to center field. This one's got some carry to it. Fold way back and at the wall. That's over. And Evan Gattis has his first home run as an Astro and first RBI. A long drive, almost to dead center. 6-1 on the Gattis blast.
You know, that seems a bit meaningless here this evening if the Astros can get some pitching in the 9th inning. But in the big picture, that could be a big swing.
Number 1. Third home run for the Astros tonight.
Getting one of the big boys going, and the Astros have not gotten anything. Boy, he knew it right away.
Get right up near the Conoco pump. Now Chris Carter. There's strike 1. Now that one could supply a much more enjoyable day off for him tomorrow. And a guy who's been in a slump, who DHs every day, can probably dwell more on his hitting than the other position players who at least can go out and make a play to help the club win.
Very true. All he's got is that offensive side of the game, and when you're struggling, you go back to the bench and you sit there, or you go grab a bat, you find a mirror, you find something to try to get it going, and you drive yourself nuts.
421 footer by Gattis. It was a no-doubter. This guy has just enormous power. That's a close one. Alvarez starting to walk off, but it's 2-2 on Carter. Brewers 4. Brewers are trailing the Cardinals. Cardinals 4, Brewers 1, top of the 8th inning in St. Louis tonight. Lance Lynn started. He went 5. That's strike 3. Alvarez strikes out 3, but Gattis launches one to center field. A 3-home run night for the Astros. That's number 1, and Evan Gattis is on the board, leading the Astros into the 9th inning with that extra run to make it 6-1. An RBI single by Altuve is 2 for 4, a part of the evening. Now Luke Gregerson wants to provide the final entertainment by getting these last 3 outs here in the 9th inning. Chad Qualls in 1 inning allowed 1 hit, no runs, had no walks and a strikeout. Gregerson in 3 games has 1 save. This is not a save situation. He's given up just 1 hit in 3 innings.
Pitched well in that Texas Rangers series, a couple of shutout innings. And he's been active from the bullpen.
Ike Davis leads it off. Davis has a single and a double tonight, going 2 for 3. Yeah, some folks really energetic now at this prospect of an Astros win.
Follow your blockers.
It's a high energy guy there. Davis hits one toward the mound. Gregerson gets a 1-pitch out.
Nicely done. No rush, no bare hand and throw on the run. Just make the play routinely like you've done it before.
Oakland was going for a sweep of this 3-game series. Now the Astros will be able to head into the day off feeling a lot better if they nailed this one down. Stephen Vogt is 0 for 3. And it's the Angels over the weekend. Hope you can make it out. Special festivities planned as we celebrate the happenings of 1965. Jimmy Wynn bobblehead Friday night. And then Saturday night we celebrate the anniversary of the Astrodome and the Astros, renamed from the Colt 45s 50 years ago in 1965. Stephen Vogt looks at ball 1. Vogt is 0 for 3. That was a great time in this city. And that piece of architecture stamped Houston as something very distinct in the world. Ground ball to the right side. Carter takes it. 2 down on 3 pitches.
Yeah, that was literally game changing a bit when the Astrodome came around.
And of course it started a trend. The natural grass originally planted in the Astrodome died when the balls kept getting lost in the panels of the roof with that sunlight streaming through, so the panels were painted and the grass died, leading to the invention of AstroTurf. And then that became a staple in stadiums all around the world. Fred Laurie 0 for 3 with 3 punch-outs, takes strike 1. And just the configuration of the stadium and the bowl-shaped configuration became popular in many cities. How things have changed since then, but it's 50 years since. No balls, 2 strikes. It was air-conditioned entertainment, and Houston fans have grown accustomed to that, but nothing like a night like this, Ash, for the roof open.
It's beautiful. There are nights in Houston, I think we would all agree, where you're just thrilled that you have a roof that you can close up. But for this night, I think all those folks are thrilled to be here.
Liner to left. That's in for a hit. Laurie takes the big turn. He is an energetic guy.
You can see it in his stride, can't you?
Good. Well, the Astros were down to 1 strike remaining, but Laurie hit his way on. Now Sogard comes up.
So 8 hits for each ball club right now, but the difference being the home run balls, extra base hits. The Astros have piled them on tonight. 6 extra base hits, including the 3 home runs.
Sogard singled in the 2nd when the A's got their run. He's 1 for 3. Bunting. He puts it down foul, strike 1.
Pretty smart play.
Yeah. Well, the A's have had the Astros number, going 28-12 against Houston since the switch the Astros made to the American League. Tonight, Houston getting this one in the win column if they get one more out with a 5-run lead, and then on to Oakland on the next trip. have been a lot of one-sided games too, but there have been some quotes from the Oakland players and their manager after their first 2 wins in this series, showing a lot of respect for the Astros. It'll be interesting to see how the season series plays out between the two. Two balls, 1 strike. .7:10 is our start time Friday night for Roberto Hernandez and Jared Weaver. The defending AL West champions come to Houston. In for a strike, 2-2.
I think Eric Sogard thought this was a way I, without seeing a replay, might agree with him, but it's that area that hitters have to deal with a lot with umpires and the calls.
Soft pop to shallow left field. Robbie Grossman with the final out of this one. Gregerson puts it away. Colin McHugh goes to 2-0. Very big night for the former Oakland shortstop Jed Lowry. He comes back to haunt them with a 2-run homer, an RBI double, and a walk. 2 hours and 42 minutes of baseball, and the final score goes A.J. Hinch's way. Houston 6, Oakland 1.